Every human in this world have a dream job which they grow in themselves while studying in schools, colleges or universities. Some wanted to be an athlete or a doctor or astronaut and else. Do you know there is a country where people's dream job is to join British Army? Yes, I am talking about Nepal. In British Army there is a separate section for Gurkhas named the Royal Gurkha Rifles. Unlike other regiments in the British Army, RGR soldiers actually recruited from the Nepal, which is neither a dependent territory of the United Kingdom and nor a Commonwealth also. Well, despite the interesting history of Nepali Gurkhas to British Army, which we will not discuss here, we may discuss in other videos, today we will talk about a Nepali man who does not even join the British Army but also became elite of the elites. People know him as Nimsdai Purja. Purja joined the Brigade of Gurkhas in 2003 and became the first Gurkha to selected in the elite British unit. That's not the end. Purja understood very well about his body conditioning and limits. Maybe that's why he pushed himself so much that he became the fastest person who summited all the 14 mountain peaks above 8,000 meters height from the sea level in a record time of 6 months and 6 days. And here our video title justifies its content, The Unstoppable 6 Months. If you don't know about the all mountains above 8,000 meters, here are the list. Note here, all the 8,000ers are located in Himalayan and Karakoram mountain range in Asia.
Shishapangma, Khasirbrum 2, Broad Peak, Khasirbrum 1, Annapurna, Nanga Parbat, Manaslu, Dhavlagiri, Joyo, Makalu, Lhotse, Kanchenjunga, K2, and finally the tallest mountain in the world, Mount Everest.
Purja and his team summited all these peaks unbelievably under 6 months. But how does it actually started? It is hard to believe that he climbed a mountain for the first time in 2012, and just 7 years later he changed the face of mountaineering. During his service in British Army, he was supposed to get a helicopter ride for a special force mission, but the heli did not come because of the weather, so he ran all the way from the base camp, and that is 6 days worth of trekking, which he completed in just 18 hours, running through the night. At that point he realized he got something. And something is an incredible capacity for recovery. It usually takes weeks of living at a high altitude base camp to habituate to the low pressure air as your body compensates, increasing the hemoglobin levels in your red blood cells. Only then you would attempt an 8,000 meter summit, and you would need weeks to recover. When Purja returned to Everest, Lhotse and Makalu for the project in 2019, imagine how much time he took. 10 days? 7 days? He took only 48 hours and 30 minutes. So he knows his recovery time is really rapid, and that's why at an 8,000 meters peak he feels alive and don't lose any of his strength. On April 23rd, Purja and his team summited their first 8,000er, Annapurna in Nepal, the world's most deadliest mountain, where the death ratio is 1:3. As they descended from Annapurna, Purja got a news that a Malaysian climber from another team got stuck at the point of 7,500 meters. Purja and his team aborted their mission immediately and go back up and rescue that Malaysian climber. Sadly, he died in the hospital. A few days later, they rescued 3 more climbers on Kanchenjunga. But they did not stop. Their journey continues. As they summiting 8,000ers one by one, those investors who ever denied Purja for any fund suddenly started investing in his project. After all the unstoppable struggle against all the odds, Purja and his team ended their journey on 29th October at the top of Shisha Pangma in Tibet.